What's up, y'all? Just setting this up. There we go. I know most of the most of the viewership I have is on Instagram, so the YouTube doesn't do too much. Alrighty. Now again, a little bit early of a time. Just kind of wanted to again, I was gonna do this on my own, so might as well live stream it. Just go through some of the Hey, what's up, dog? Dude, I'm so sorry about the double up on the thing. Oh my gosh. But I think it'll be cool kind of having two there, grabbing different angles and stuff like that. But yeah, no. My bad. I was all over the place with traveling this weekend. Alrighty. Early? What do you mean? Irons. Irons. What a win. Man, and just shades of AFCON with that one penalty. Jeez, man. All right. For anybody who's in here, welcome in. Please give me highlights to watch because especially on the Saturday, I was able to watch some of the earlier games, but um I was at an actual match, so I just wasn't able to lock in on other stuff. Oh, no, yeah, Messer Photography. No, yeah, it was 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'm on the West Coast, and 8 p.m. Pacific time. Then half my audience is what's it called already asleep by 11 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, no, this is 5 p.m. Pacific time. I might not have put that in the post. No, I did not. I need to watch that Yamal goal. Was it today or? I also hope I'm like not just blatantly committing copyright infringement. Oh, is this one of those weird videos that doesn't show it? All right, we'll just go here. Where is this roll? Bro, that is ridiculous. Gavin, are you a Barca fan? I know Nate is. That's ridiculous, dog. All right, back to USL. The back to the real big leagues out here. Oh, hey, there's me. I am on my like personal account here. All right, let's get into this. Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous, dog. I forgot that you're a Juve fan. Yeah, yeah. How are Juve doing this year, low key? I won't pull this up on stream, but I'm curious. All right, pretty mid. Oh, but they're yeah, I mean they're a point off a Champions League spot. That's not bad. Yeah, I wanted to watch the Hartford. I had very briefly, and admittedly after a few drinks as well at the Avialta game, um, didn't really lock in when I was watching the Hartford highlights. So I do want to actually pull those up. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Juve just has so much potential, dog. I mean, I don't know. Como is crazy. That's a Fabregas is their coach, right? It's like the whitest pronunciation of all time of Fabregas. Okay, am I blind? Where? There we go. All right. This one I wasn't able to watch a lot of, and again, these are some of the I'm gonna go full screen so I don't get exposed for my feed. But again, shout out any goals, anything y'all think. Yeah, WNBA. I wonder if I cannot can y'all hear the sound on this? Good call. Let me figure it out. Can you guys hear me now? I know it's not my, like, good mic. I don't know what, let me know if y'all can hear me now. Worst case, we'll just ditch the fancy mic. Okay, sweet. All right, yeah, nice. Can you guys hear? Look it up. Can y'all hear the audio of the YouTube clip as well? I hope you. But maybe that's like a copyright thing. I don't know. I could be committing like several crimes right now, but I feel like YouTube's pretty fair game. Augie Williams up top for Hartford is ridiculous. I was telling Monstro over here. I think he has a legitimate shot at Golden. I think he's at least going to be top five. And I would. I'm not a betting man all the time. I would not place money, or I would place money on if that was a prop. Like I think Augie Williams is too good to not get up there in Hartford just in general. Just such a good, well built team. Oh my god! See, you talking about Nini kicking ball? I've had Zaki on before. For some reason, my chat wasn't uploading. But yeah, now I can see it. See the devil. Again, I already knew that happened. But I'm watching this stuff, but it's not like he's so good, dog. I get this isn't like the craziest finish ever, but Siaho would be great. And even like when y'all were celebrating in Sacramento, yeah, I mean Siaho's mom, nicest like lady ever. I feel like that would be sick. Hey, what's good, Rizzy Riz? Yeah, man, I Siaho would be sick. I haven't really gone into like interviewing players as much because also I wasn't nearly as established as a brand. Not saying I'm like some crazy professional over here now, even, but it's tough to get people on your like podcast or whatever when it's yeah, like I started out with like 200 followers basically for the first month or two. Now I think it would be a little easier, but I don't know. USL on goals, Riley James does a good job with that stuff. So. But it's definitely something that would be cool down the line. I want to like grow the podcast a little bit more. So. No, that would be sick. No, I'll definitely hit you up later in the year because I mean, Siaha. I mean, even Augie would be sick as well. I mean, basically half that Hartford roster is just. I feel like really like personable dudes and also just ballers as well. So it's where you get that combo. That's crazy. I do want to see, yeah, the nominees for goal of the week. Okay. This is the kind of stuff, I mean, when I'm at actually, yeah, it's, let me see if y'all can hear me after this because yeah, Gage, earlier the mic was not working. No, no worries, Monstro. I just appreciate anything. Oh my gosh. I just realized I wasn't playing the whole time. Man, this new streaming service is very nice, but I am way too uh technologically challenged for this. Yeah, 83 United. I don't doubt it. That'd be awesome. I want to let the season like breathe a little bit first. Let me see. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me now. I just changed to what should be the better mic. Is this a little bit better? Or am I muted again? It's this mic. I mean, half of this stream has just been technical issues. I want to get the mic going before I get the goals of the league. I want to go championship, and then they just released the USL League One as well today. So sweet, let's go. All right, let's see. The championship first. Malloy, Akale, Cabrera, Fisher. Yeah, I did not watch any of the Oakland Roots game because I was at NAC. Got a little bit of battery.
Leads it over.
Most battery.
Malloy.
Watch this one on Friday. All right, so
Kale into the penalty area, stabs back, lets it go. Scores.
Two from the same game is crazy.
Messer.
Yeah. I know this is by far my better mic. I also might be a lot louder, so tell me to quiet down if it's that bad.
Clever little ball, and it takes a deflection.
All right, so I actually watched 3 of these live.
Fisher trying to get an avenue to shoot. He lets it fly, and there's the open.
Okay, so y'all that are in here, let me know. I think personally it's between Malloy or Fisher. So this is Fisher's. Not saying the other ones are not great, but
deflection. Fisher trying to get an avenue to shoot. He lets it fly.
I think it's got to be Malloy, right?
Leads it over. Malloy unloads and scores.
The only reason it's even really a debate for me is just because I feel like keeper. Yeah, the Messer assist was ridiculous. Video volume, gotcha. Good call. So you're the man, Gage. Honestly, not like audio is really the main part of it. There we go. Just enough to hear the announcers. Yeah. All right. In my opinion for championship, I'd probably go to Malloy just because the strike was crazy. But where was it? Right there. Now, this is the main event. Also, with so few games too, it's tough. That was a ridiculous finish.
And make sure that they're able to attack.
Plays this in a
Not this. The other Knoxville one, assuming it's nominated, is probably my pick.
Marking this in towards Gorko, who heads it back down for Evans, and there is a late lifeline here for Westchester.
It's good to see Westchester show some fight too. Yeah, for me, it's Malloy as well.
And it is a goal for Dennis Kostashin.
Okay, wait. Am I fully misremembering, or did they just not include? I forget who struck it. Again, no shade to Krichenkov. Please tell me if that is horrible pronunciation. I'm sure it is. Kyle Evans is a lot more up my aisle. It's a fellow Kyle with pronunciation. Christopher Garcia, I can. Kostashin would be my guess. But no, that feels like a crime over here. Because am I the first goal for Knoxville here?
A real chance for one in the wake of Kempis Tequila's exit.
How are we not including this as probably the front runner?
Oh, what?
Did this look?
This played forward.
Wait.
A real chance for one Knox here.
Like near
and it
post,
sails
I
into the
get
back
it,
of the
but
net.
if I had to pick, I think that would be my pick. It's the fact that's not even nominated is crazy. Crazy. This instead of the Evans one, I get it. You have to have multiple teams, but like, if 2 goals from the same team when you're only playing 4 or 5 games on a weekend is what it is, then so be it. Like, I don't see how this is not a nominee for goal of the week.
And this played forward. A real
We're talking about
chance
build-up
for
too.
one
I mean, that's a
Knox in the wake of
ridiculous
Kempis
ball.
Tequila's exit. And this played forward. A real chance for one Knox here, and it sails into the back of the net.
Yeah, jeez. I don't know though. Yeah, that Boise one. Actually, I want to look at the assist again.
Into the air, Chester.
Yep, it was that. Yeah, it was the one across the front.
Yeah, into the area,
and I'll be real, Sarasota was overall not dominating by any stretch, but I think that was a deserved either draw or Sarasota win. So good for Boise to go in and oh my god, we are not watching this Sidemen charity highlights. All right, Gage, you're in here. Do you want me to go through the highlights of this? Or no? I would totally understand if not. Trying to think of what was. Let me look at the scores. See what was a good one. Kind of a hidden gem. Oh, Madison's announcing a new player tomorrow. Yeah, let's see here. Again, if there's anything, I know people are coming in and out. It's a weird time, but what's it called? Yeah, let me know if there's any clip. It doesn't even have to be USL. Like I didn't play the clip on here, but like my guy Gavin earlier just even suggested a Lamine Mall goal. Let's see. Ooh, one that is. I was driving home from Lancaster. I do kind of want to see the Brooklyn. Hey, JT Kamara, the GOAT. What's up? What's a good one? You know what? They're my local team. No, that's why. Yeah, so if you're on here, go watch Soccer Zombies vlog of this last weekend. I don't want to like just play it on here and not. I mean, I have 4 people in this. I'm not taking away crazy viewership, but it's also a longer video. He does a great job on longer form stuff. Please go watch Soccer Zombies vlog yet. I haven't gotten a chance to. I'm probably going to watch it as soon as I hop off this. But again, I take Scissor Tail Shirts, Gage's word. He knows good content. You know what?
With miles of hiking trails, a thriving art scene, plenty of lodging, and a rich aerospace industry, Palmdale is the perfect launching point for your high desert adventure.
Yeah, I really like the lineup that Claven went with. The only one that was surprising a little bit is no Villalobos. But hey. Overall, I mean, I guess it worked. They dominated most of the game. Obviously, you'd want 3 points at home. But with how I think me included, a lot of people thought, I mean, Alta did not have, like a lot of USL 1 teams, did not have the most extravagant offseason. So I think there was a little bit of like reasonable concern, at least starting the year, but they were pleasantly surprising in terms of how much they dominated. But again, any Claven team is going to just dominate possession. This, I could not believe this did not go in.
Desdoon high in the box. It's down loose. The touch is made by
Props to Philion, by the way. I thought he was going to be the backup because they have this academy player that played from a lot last year. And by the disallowed goal call and the twist match is one of
But
it was bad, dude. There was a couple, and again, I was like, obviously, I am an AV Alta fan. And I get that at certain angles, I could totally see how that penalty call. I mean, we'll see it in a sec here. But to Richmond's credit, they got it early. But at a certain point, I was talking with one of the Richmond players on DMs after, and he was like, man, we need, or I had said like, man, we need VAR. It's crazy. And he was like, along the same lines, basically, yeah. You can't be a professional club. And I get there's a beauty in it in like EFL, right? I mean, EFL, it's like the championship in England is like what, the 6, I don't know. They're definitely top 10 in terms of like leagues overall in the world, or they're close. That's a second tier of England, the biggest country for the sport. And they don't have VAR. So it's, I don't know. It's a little bit like what I saw in, I think it was it Lexington, Louisville City, where there was a handball and it was like kind of called. I couldn't tell. The broadcast didn't do a great job camera wise. Surprise with USL. But they like they let them celebrate for like a full minute and it almost got like called back. It wasn't like a full review or anything. But it was kind of like, all right, let's use common sense here. Even though it was a tough angle for the ref, same as the AV Alta pen, common sense has to prevail. I feel like it would be sick to have just somebody watching, or I guess that is kind of VAR, but just somebody where it's like, all right, cool. Within 15 seconds of this call, just be like, hey, you either blatantly missed it or didn't have the right angle or something like that. I feel like to be a professional league, you at least need some fifth officialing here. Doesn't need to be full on VAR with all these weights. I do kind of like the imperfection of it a little bit, but Yeah, I don't know, man.
Richmond
It's
sends
just
it
for a pro
down as
league. This,
Alassane
yeah.
It's loose. Kirkland the swing.
This was bad.
And it eventually goes it down as Alassane It's loose. Kirkland the swing.
Not
Richmond
Alassan's
sends
finest
it
moment.
down as Alassane It's loose.
Smith could
Kirkland
definitely
the
be up a
swing,
little bit more there,
and it
but I mean,
eventually goes in.
I think you expect your teammate to kind of get that back to you.
That's all hustle.
Flood, yes. The lack of camera angles,
Fights off
and
the
I get it.
defender,
You
gets
have
it
to
to
hire
goal,
cameramen
and it
then,
bounces
and that's
off
an
of the
extra,
post
like,
for
at
Richmond's
least
first goal of
part-time
the
salary
season.
that you have to put on books where you're already a losing money league, at least in the short term. Oh, man, it's...
This is all effort
At the very
by
least,
Josh
like, on most of
Kirkland.
these
He's
replays,
behind
though,
by
you have,
at
like,
least
2 or 3
10
angles.
meters.
You can
The
see that it's
attempted header
wrong.
by Alassane,
And
a
certain
bit of a
angles, so I don't know.
confusion
But
with
also,
Alassane
crazy,
and Smith
just
closing out
props to Richmond.
games when
They
did.
really... I'm
They
curious
got
what the
points
possession
8
numbers
of the 10
were with
games
this
in which
game.
they scored first, and of those 10, 6 of those were
Leo, no,
points.
don't give up on Westchester, dog. Hey, Gage, yes, that's what I mean. Just an iPad. We don't need like state-of-the-art Prem VAR here with like the automated offsides. But no, Leo, do not give up on Westchester. I'm telling you right now, One Knox is legitimately. I don't see how anybody could have him outside the top 3, even with losing a little bit of production. That is a legitimate team, and they won it all last year. Exactly, yeah. I don't know if Kirkland ever touched it, but hey, stick with Westchester SC. I promise.
It's loose.
And again, even if y'all aren't in the playoffs or fully like in it with a couple weeks left in the race, at least you guys have the Cosmos series where that I think could be. I think in the rankings I did with Tumbleweed Times, or he was nice enough to have me on to.
Goes forward, back it goes again.
Okay, sorry. Before I get to that, I legitimately think that could be such a cool rivalry, and it's one of those where look at Celtic Rangers right now. Celtic's been terrible, or Celtic, and they go into the Ebrox and just stick it out, got dominated the whole game, then win in pens. And then you get to stick it to your rival and stuff like that. So it's all about finding these little wins, and that's why the derbies help. Because it can, honestly, that could make or break Westchester. If they're actually that bad again this year on the field, you need something else to entice the fan base, to grow the fan base. Because Westchester, let's be real, doesn't have the biggest fan base, especially now with Cosmos coming into a similar market. So, or at least the same kind of like metro area. But do not give up on Westchester. I'm telling you that roster, this is like the saddest thing ever to say. The roster is not as bad as it seems. It doesn't mean it's great. They did lose Obregon, but all I'm saying is stick with them. At least give them a couple months. I promise. Hey, the game's back, Gage. The game is back. I'm not saying that I would want it for the USL to have a brawl on the field, but it does mean they care. That's all I'm going to say. But, yeah, no, still, that was... And to be fair, brawl, it's the invisible wall is the funniest thing in sports, and it really is mainly in England. The invisible wall is hilarious. All these full disclosure, as I have like an Ireland jersey back here that I'm prepping to take to San Fran in Oakland for the St. Paddy's Day. I'm obviously biased. I have a lot of Irish heritage. But what's it called? It's just so funny seeing all those ski masked up Rangers fans coming onto the field, and they're like, "Oh, let's have some. And then it's like, oh no, now this very thin line of stewards is all of a sudden the barrier. You ran all the way over here to want to kill these guys. They're celebrating on your field. I totally get that. I don't hate it as a Celtic fan or a Celtic sympathizer, but yeah, the invisible wall is hilarious. All right, let's get this. So I haven't seen this angle yet. Let's see. I get this is unfair to the ref. See, that's real fighting. There's no invisible line in the Brazilian league. They actually are about it in terms of that. That was a crazy clip. I think it was Mineiro versus I forget the other team. All right, so I want to see this. Let's see here. It's a really good move, like the build-up play and the layoff from Anderson. Okay, this is where it's gonna happen. Again, this is a terrible angle because you can't see. Really, the angle you need is right at this moment. We need one in the corner to see if his leg interferes. Because if his leg actually even just touches his leg, I get it, but is that outside the box? It could totally be a penalty or a foul. I'm not even arguing that or anything. And again, I'm not arguing anything because I am an Alta fan. It was nice to see this. But, like, does the foul start outside the box, even if it is a foul? It's a good question that I am not going to answer, especially from the angle I had and then the angle we have here. I haven't seen one from the other side or in the corner. One in the far corner would be perfect. Again, this is like the same angle, just zoomed in. Whatever. Is what it is, regardless of what side you're on. That's kind of the beauty. It's like, all right, move on.
Desdoon scores. This game is tied.
And then, honestly, really not much happened the rest of this match.
As this one shot from an angle.
Philion, I cannot express how much. That's what I'm saying, Gage. Like, I honestly,
this time,
real stuff. I'm not going to say whether it was a foul or not. My angle didn't really show it. The other angle didn't fully show it. I feel like it's a little bit of speculation, but it's. I just don't think the foul starts inside the box. And again,
but regardless,
we move on.
Both teams got one in the back of the net in the opening half.
But I totally understand Richmond being pissed, especially if they have people look at it and tell them, like, yeah,
Richmond will now
it might have been not a foul two, or not a pen two ways.
Are in the green at Kern is high.
But again, yeah, Philion was the man of the match in this game.
Still behind from an angle and just missed.
Oh, to be fair, that missed
for a handful of minutes. You can see the confidence.
Yeah, that was my thing. It was here. I have my notes.
It stays with Aviolta.
I can't find the notes, but yeah, it was. They had a guy last year that was really playing a solid amount, really young and an academy product. So I was surprised. I know Morrissey, and again, I get Morrissey, like, isn't, you know, the all-seeing eye here, but he's about as close to it as it is. He had it just listed on the depth chart as 1 and 2, but again, that could have just been 50-50. You got to put somebody at starting.
Stuttering back, Ortiz.
But I was very surprised.
Alfredo for Christian.
Yeah, I thought we had it at the end, man.
Steven Ramos plays it back. This one sent to the box, and it's held.
This is a ridiculous
Steven
save.
Ramos plays it back. This one sent to the box, and it's held off.
You see Clavin down here.
Great save by Jan Filian using
Clavin's reaction. Yeah, the whole bench. Yeah.
Great save by Jan Filian using all of his 6'4" frame, and this gives.
Yeah, Pajaro.
Desdoon to center, caught by Filian, and that'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, overall, just that's what I mean. I thought it would have been Sneddon. Rough preseason. Yeah. See, this is why I love, like, doing these lives. Even if only a few people are in, like, you guys let me know, because you guys are the ones locked in your market. I can only cover so many teams in depth. I can't even cover Alta in depth to the point I'd like to, because it's just there's so many teams going on. I'm trying to cover at least all the USL and some. But no, that's what I really thought it was going to be Sten. That was in my notes, all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, it's the Canadian journeyman that's been all over Europe and all over this stuff. So, but again, he interacted with some of the stuff I tagged him in. Seems like a really nice dude. So, hey, if he plays like this, then there is no surprise in that. If he was actually playing like this and Sneddon was it like in preseason, I mean, I don't know how I think he was man of the match. Let me check FOP Mob. Again, FOP Mob's not the, I know he was a man of the match for Richmond. Probably was for the whole game, just because not a lot else happened besides a pen and a basically gifted goal. Still had to do a little bit, don't get me wrong. But who was man of the match on FOP Mob? Oh, on this it had Desdoons, which honestly I could see, but for Richmond, Filion was definitely man of the match. On here, he has a lower rating than Marana and Anderson. But yeah, again, FOP Mob's just another tool. It's not the end-all, be-all. That was from Alex? Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Yeah, Alex is the GOAT. Yeah, but for me, I'm like, even with Denzel, Denzel was just out of position. David, like that was my only thing. Again, I'll go back and look at it. This goal is mainly on Alisson.
Ortiz chips it. Not there.
And this is part of the reason I was a little surprised. Not like Alisson had a bad game, but I'm a little surprised that Villalobos didn't get a nod here. I guess he wanted to go more defensive, but I mean, if you're going defensive and then you're giving up a goal like that, it's kind of tough to justify not starting Jimmy.
That's all hustle from Josh Kirkland.
Yeah, Tristan Henry for FC Tulsa. Yeah, I'm curious how to go. It's nice that he has experience there. I'm like, man, the Canadian Premier League is just so weird.
This is all effort.
This isn't even like to give in on the trend of like talking crap to Canadians as of now because we own them in their own sport, but like in basically men's, women's, and hopefully Paralympic as well.
When they did, they got points in 8 of the 10 games in which they scored first.
David, I was in the North End in the supporters for the whole game. We had no clue what happened because even from our angle, I like kind of looked up last second and I didn't fully see the Alisson thing. It wasn't until watching the highlights now where I'm like, oh, that was bad from Alisson.
Both in the players on the field and
to be fair, Kirkland almost missed it. There was a lot to do. I mean, Denzel at least made himself big.
He's behind.
Yeah, like look.
This is all
yeah, he just got wrong-footed. Like,
he's behind.
Again, I was a goalie. I was never a goalie at this level, but I feel like you can't really fault Denzel here. You could fault him at a certain point. He just has to come out here, and he hesitated. But even then, that's going to be a 50-50 with Kirkland. But yeah, you do get a better chance. That goal, in my opinion, obviously biased as a former keeper. That is all on us. Especially for a center defensive mid that you're supposed to be as a holding mid. That's just got to be better. And I think he will be. It was a really entertaining game, especially for not really a ton like happening in the second half. No goals, no nothing like that. I mean, Alta was dominating. I mean, man, I'm going back to it, but this last save from Fillion is ridiculous. Like, it could have easily just been 2-1. Crazy celebrations. Oh, my gosh. North End, y'all are the best, man. Totally. No, you're right. Yeah, the Hezi he definitely could have done a lot more. He would have had a better chance because it ended up going in the goal. No, you're right. Just overall, just a bad play. Again, if you're Alta, that's something you learn from. Overall, you played a very good game. This is just the one you gotta. It's also a tough position for Alisson to be in. Like, my thing is with the bounces, unless you can somehow get to that first one first, how do you play this better? He just slightly mishit the header. When a ball is bouncing that out, and you have, pardon me, almost cursed. You have Josh Kirkland coming at you, but he is just such a stud. It's just tough. But yeah, they'll learn from it. Overall, I mean, again, that's what's kind of just the bummer about it. It could have easily, should have been a win. Oh yeah, that was it. I want to look at the possession.
The entire roster, top to bottom.
Yeah, but even though Westchester, I think, has potential to be competent this year, and I get that's a really sad sentence when all these other teams are coming oh, they have a chance to win it or all this stuff. Or Westchester is more. They're obviously a project, and they have to take some step this year. But I don't think beating Westchester in any way, especially on the road, is nothing to scoff at. I just wanted to see the possession for AV Alta.
But it's easily held off by
77% possession.
He has options.
So yeah, that'll explain it.
Back it goes again. The takedown in the box.
Yeah, the coaching staff is class, and they really trust their process, which I do respect. I feel like that you don't have a lot of that in USL, where it's they had a really. Any Alta fan would tell you they had a really disappointing second half of the season. Injuries didn't hurt, or it didn't help. But they stuck to their system because they believe maybe it's not. They probably could have gotten a few extra results fully switching it up, but they know hey, long term, it's refreshing. It's similar to kind of what Murphy's doing with Portland, but they just have such a more versatile array of talents. So I feel like Portland's a little more dynamic. But also when they make you play their style of ball, it's really tough to score on them, and it's really tough to like not let 1 or 2 in. So I do respect that. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I mean. That in Westchester, that was a great result from Knox. And the last goal was literally as time expired, like the equivalent of that. It basically was just a kickoff the next play, and then it was over. So, excuse me. Yeah, that Knoxville new away kit is ridiculous. Hey, AV Alta, baby, come on! I can't wait to get back out there. I was gonna go for the U.S. Open Cup, but I kind of have to like cover the other matches. There's like 12 matches a night for those 3 nights, so. But I will definitely be back in April. Yeah, that's the thing, and they're not like the AV Alta guys. Like from talking to some of them, talking to people close to the club, fans, people in the club, like it just seems like a really good group of guys. I get that does not necessarily always equate to wins, at least immediately, but they're just an easy team to root for. Like I still have to drive 2.5 hours to get out there for the most part, and I would happily do it over and over again because it just seems like a really cool. I think I have a post coming out with some of the pictures that John Blanchard took. I posted one of the things yesterday. I want to go out tomorrow and then on Wednesday. But it's such a community club. They all come over, win or loss, to the supporters, and I get that's not totally uncommon, but they like really. It's not going up and clapping. It's like they dap everybody up. They're having actual conversations. It's just really cool. Again, it's almost like a smaller scale version of Hearts of Pine, which is why they're kind of my two favorite USL one in terms of, and Knoxville as well. Those are kind of the 3 that I just have such close ties with, and just the people have treated me so nice. And exactly right, yeah. No, it legitimately took me 2.5 hours, and I think I'm in Orange County, and I was going on a Saturday too, but it was just in the middle of LA. It took me an hour to get through LA, and then it's like an hour and a half extra just normally. So it's a struggle, but at least OCSC, I'm going to that. Not this weekend. I'm in Oakland for the Oakland Roots opener. Then the weekend after, luckily, it's finally one that I can either, if I want to have a good time, Uber, or just drive over and cover it media wise more. But it's OCSC is the one that's only like 20 minutes away from me. So by LA standards, that's heaven. All right. You want to get the all goals. It is a short week.
But again, because of that unpredictability, both teams starting to see their shape deteriorate a little bit. Passing lane.
Dirigo Union. I'm assuming that means Dirigo Union. Yeah. Hey, yeah. No, you guys are the best. And I've only been out there once too. It's just so tough. But I forget what airline, but they're introducing a direct flight from LAX to Portland, Maine. Even when I was going to school up in Colby College, like I'd have to connect through Detroit or through Boston and then drive up 6 hours or whatever it may be. So, or 4 hours. So I'm so excited that now I can like financially justify going to Portland and not having to spend a ton of money or go on a huge trip or anything. So really, that seems weird, Flounder. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't. I mean, and again, I don't know if he was necessarily directly in charge of the media credentials. All I know is that they have a guy there, head of community outreach. He might have a different position this year, but when I visited them early last year, Ari, quick and close. I had him on the podcast. Like he is awesome. Or I interviewed him for the blog. It was one of my first pieces I did. He's like awesome. So that maybe he doesn't have control of that. Again, maybe it was the people that are applying for it have something wrong or something's like maybe they had good reason to deny people. But yeah, that's very weird from a USL team to deny local people unless they have a very good reason. But again, I don't want to like spread that rumor. I don't know that as a fact. So all I know is Westchester. That's the one thing you could say on the field is one thing. The people off the field and the people in the club and stuff like that, some of the nicest people, some of the most accommodating. I mean, like Ari was kind of the guy that helped me out when I was there. Man, he was like, I had 250 followers at the time or something. I was just in New York for some family stuff. And like, I couldn't have been nicer to me.
Just over 10 minutes.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that atmosphere. Because I'm really curious. I think there's a small chance. I mean, like, what do you think the Cosmos attendance is going to be? 1,000?
Fantastic ball.
I don't think it surpasses
the
2,
line,
and
the
I'd be
ability to
surprised
turn
if
and
it's
play.
more than 1.5K.
And Kochenkov just lives where he lived throughout his college career, in between defenders.
But it is a major
Yeah,
chance
Flounder,
for
that's
Westchester to
ridiculous.
neutralize that
If that's
opener.
actually like if that's an actual thing, that's
McGlynn against
crazy,
Gary Beck.
man.
McGlynn
Yeah, I mean,
drives it in.
you can't deny local guys.
And Westchester, despite having no sniffs
As
of
a
the
speaking of the
goal,
devil, we
finds
got-
themselves level.
Just a composed
Yeah, McGlynn.
finish from
I saw
Connor
McGlynn goal too. He always runs over to that section.
Want to not necessarily rectify because you only have the 5 losses. But
Cosmos beating
it is
Port
definitely
objectively
an area
would be
that they wanna
hilarious.
be able to travel.
I'm
They
definitely
wanna be able to
not
get results
predicting that.
away
If
from
I were to do predictions for
home
this
and
week, I
make
would
sure that
legitimately
they're
say
able to
like,
attack.
Saracostas
to be
plays
fair,
this in, and
Hearts have a ton of
Kochenkov,
new players
and
too.
in a blink he puts them in
So
front.
I think it will take a little time to gel, but their core is still
brace
very
for
much
Dennis
present.
Kochenkov.
Really lost
Inside
Messer and
22
then a
minutes
couple
of
other
his
guys,
professional debut.
but they're returning. I mean, Ollie Wright, JT Kamara,
talking
tight
about
end.
their
Like
reform?
I could list even more.
And
It's,
I was
I'd
talking
be
about
very
their
surprised
attacking
even on the
mindset
road,
and
having to mesh a few
Kochenkov
more
just
guys in.
silenced any thought that I had, and as
That's
that
yeah.
play developed,
Knoxville should be safe.
You get
And
this
again, part of it is
drive.
also like you're always going to get a boost after
And
a
then
title
what's
as well.
important,
So
you
opening
mentioned,
day,
Westchester
which is
just kinda
great.
finds
Like it doesn't mean it's like
themselves
Mickey
second to those
Mouse or
balls and
anything.
now finds themselves
I just
sitting
love
a couple
Knoxville because
mellows
I
on the
went
back line.
on a day where there was a couple
Set piece
hundred
flies
because it was a
in.
rain delay and a Wednesday
Comes to the
match,
back post for
and then I witnessed the
Kochenkov,
final
and it's
two where it
knocked
was
in
sold
for a
out standing
third.
room. Like I really went
An
like rags to
exceptional
riches
set-piece
crowd
routine for
wise
One
at least
Knox.
with Knoxville.
And
So I'm
John
proud
Murphy
to
Jr. opens
say
his
that.
account
Also, the
in his
scruffs
new
are
colors.
awesome.
3-1.
Went out with them after the title win. Like, just it's such a fun team to watch.
Set piece defending, Eric.
This is a crazy
And this
finish,
is
though.
just ruthless from One Knox. You get a deep free kick, and we've seen it.
Hey, what's up, Nico? Hey, there we go.
Losing
Watching Knoxville, baby.
Drag. Beyond the added 2
But no,
minutes
Knoxville
now.
getting 5K at the home
Marking
opener
this
would
in
be
towards
amazing.
Burkle, who heads it back
Even if it's
down
anywhere
for
close to
Evans,
that,
and there
that's
is
sick.
a late lifeline here for Westchester. And that's an exceptionally well-worked goal as well.
All right, my thing here, I saw when I was watching the highlights, or I was watching this one live. Again, match is basically over. So that's where I'm like, it was basically a 3-1, not taking anything away from Westchester. But I'm curious where Westchester was saying the foul was, or at Westchester, Knoxville was saying the foul was here.
Marking this in towards Burkle, who heads it back down for Evans, and there is a late lifeline here for
Because that's my thing. They're pointing at Skelton, but I don't think Skelton gets fouled. I think if anything, it was the one right before,
Beyond
right here.
2 minutes now. Arcing this in towards Burkle.
He does kind of, but again, defender doesn't go down, so it's like sad, but it's like you have to almost flop to get a call in this league. Yeah, man, ridiculous finish. Tulsa's already sold out 6. Yeah, that's what I mean. The title bump is huge, and that's like Riverhounds. Maybe they don't sell out every game, but they're going to also have a bump. They'll probably be standing room only for their first game, as they are for most playoffs. But for like Tulsa and Knoxville, it's just so sick to like see kind of the bump that they hopefully get throughout this year. Hopefully, it's not just one game too. You actually get consistent, multi-thousand crowds week in and week out, which I do not. I'm not doubting at all. Both those markets are getting more and more soccer crazed, as I'm sure Scissortail will tell you as well with Tulsa. Talking with Bobby this past week, said team is super healthy and ready to go. Said some of the new guys are going to turn. Yeah. Really? So you don't think any? I mean, some of the new guys got to be playing this weekend with some of the talent Hearts brought in. Not kickleball. So that's why I was saying I was debating going to either Ulta or OCSC, but with how big Open Cup is, especially for like the brand I run, I think I'm better served being able to watch all the games and kind of live report, get clips out, things like that, than actually going to them. I will also say I don't think Laguna United really stands much of a chance. OCSC could rest guys, but the AV Alta one against Valley FC, it used to be 559. That one is sick because there was 2 players that were on AV Alta's roster last year, as I'm sure you know. So that one is like that's tempting me so much, but it is also driving what'll probably end up being 3.5 hours if it's during rush hour, unless I want to go out way in the morning and then just kill time. So I think I'm holding back. And I'm going to save for the next round where some of them have hopefully MLS matchups. But yeah, Nico, I'm definitely coming out to Knoxville. I had too much fun. You guys are too awesome for me not to come back. I just full disclosure, like, again, I mean, I'm not making money off this yet. Just kind of doing freelance jobs, stuff like this. So money's a little tighter, but I am like saving to kind of do 1 or 2. I want to do kind of a southern one where I hit Knoxville and then go on like a Florida kind of mini tour. And then I want to get Northeast as well. But Knoxville will definitely, I will go out of my way financially and like time wise to get to Knoxville again. That is one of my favorite cities on earth and in the country. Oh, you're right. I forget that VC Fusion has a home game. That is brutal for Spokane. That's like one of the longest away days in the Open Cup, and you have to go to Ventura. Not talking crap on Ventura. It's just so far for Spokane, man. Yeah, Emmy makes sense not playing this weekend. But I mean, they've been signing guys. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the guy who's like the all-time USL League One, Terzaghi. Like but again, he might just be coming off the bench because he's a little bit older. But yeah, what is dark promo? Yeah, I would love to travel. It's also a lot easier to travel to MLS cities financially and logistically, for the most part. So it would be cool to see, like, I mean, obviously cosplay being a supporter and kind of am like a supporter of all these clubs to a certain extent, but it's being able to do like a full road day. Like that's why if I was able to be up there or I lived out there, I would totally go with Hearts this weekend to New York from wherever I was at. Because I mean, I think that's going to be really cool and just a sick story to see. But yeah, away section for Tulsa would be a dream. You guys would probably get KC, right? Assuming they're in it. Nobody has a clean version of what one knocks after dark means. Let me look that up. That's actually funny. Yeah. Oh, nope. I accidentally did not mean to type that in there. One knocks after dark. What? Yeah, no, I don't. That beats me, man. I have no clue.
Exceptionally well-worked goal as well.
Yeah, I accidentally just typed it twice in here. The streaming like doesn't let me search on other screens, but we move. All right, well, I'm probably gonna wrap up in the next 10 minutes. Just want to kind of finish some of these vids. Yeah, we are. Yeah, I mean, good for AC Boise. Great result for a club that again, it's Morrissey said it himself. USL Championship competing roster. Didn't necessarily look like it against Sarasota, especially for an expansion team like kind of battle. But I will take John Morrissey's word for it. He knows about more than everybody else in terms of USL. We don't need to watch this again. Again, yeah, it sucks only having a couple games this weekend, but we'll be back for sure. All right, I want to watch a little bit of every goal of USL Championship, and then I will call it. Thank you guys so much for everybody who joined. We got up to like as much as like 12, 15 people in this live stream, so thank you guys. Even if you're one of like the 2 people in now, I appreciate you. Yeah, I feel like most people have watched just because it was the standalone game. Brutal for Lexington. I think their roster's too good. They're going to take some time to gel. Same with Battery, honestly, too. Let's see where it's in Augustine Williams. Like I just think of him as Augie.
To make it 1-0 Hartford Athletic.
No, honestly, Flounder, I think them playing this weekend kind of put it away. And I understand the perspective of people saying, oh, well, like you stood on the field for 1 minute. What does that mean? I think it does introduce the countless casual fans, and nothing wrong with being casual fans at all. We want to grow the game. The people in there that aren't following the USL like crazy and just are like, oh, let me go to a game or something, it makes them now aware of it. Where you ask somebody next to you, hey, what's going on? Like, oh, no, it's for a strike. It's a labor dispute. Whereas before, I think a lot of people going to these games would have had no reason or no idea that there was like kind of this brewing strike labor dispute under it. So I get it where it's like, all right, what did you really do? You stood on the field for a minute prior to the match or during play. But I think it helped spread the cause. I think it was really smart. And again, selfishly, as somebody who wants to see these guys play, but I just don't think a strike is reasonable at this point. They've already. Yeah, it would be a little funny, and then also I think it would be like a solid move. Imagine if just each week they go one more, so then like we're in like the 30th week, and then they're just standing still for the first 30 minutes of matches. I think that would honestly be more effective than like a strike for both. For the USLPA's perspective, you just end up like wasting 30 minutes. But yeah, I mean that honestly, yeah, Gage, that would be sick if they just did one more minute each time. Yeah, I know. It was props to the Roots fans as well. They were in Monterey. And I know Monterey fans, Union there as well was Union, no pun intended. That's just their fan name or their supporters group name. But they were, I think, We Are With You or something like that. But they, yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, ESPN, the way they. But again, I don't know if that's ESPN or it's USL. It's probably a mixture of both. Both of them gain nothing from showing that, even though it's probably the right thing to do. But to be fair, I mean, they showed it in the Friday night game. And it's, I forget who the announcer was, but the announcer was kind of, he made a comment where he was like, we can rightfully so, basically, at the end. Oh, no, he said, not a minute too soon, after they had stood for a minute, and then they got underway on the standalone Friday game. So, props.
Direct passes down the middle of the field. Keep that narrow defending when you get the ball.
There's a strike. It'll go in for a goal. What a great play by Crinali to catch the defense off guard and score from the 18. 2-0 SAFC.
I like these Phoenix jerseys, though. Phoenix is another one of my teams. I mean, I grew up. I was in college. I covered them. So I really like Pamadou Khan, Charlie Dennis, and they have so many just quality guys. Darius Johnson, beast.
Sends it right and into the back of the net, and that'll be
that's a crazy move from Sporting Jacks. If that happened, that's wild.
Steps up and sends it in to cut the SAFC.
I feel like it's very easy to tell which clubs are the issue in a lot of this labor stuff with how they handle it.
We were a little confused because we didn't realize that they were
just making an issue even worse.
Early goal.
This is a game I did not catch any of.
How far post? Far post rattled around in an early goal. It's touched home. Solid. Has to gather a bit. Moreno.
Hey, Rubio Rubin.
Moreno. The drop and the shot is off the post. The rebound.
Not his most crazy goal, but hey, they all count the same. All right, I'll wrap this up and then I'll close the stream. This one, what happened here?
Good long throw in. That's flicked in. What a shot and goal.
What's the positioning here?
Announcing his presence with authority.
Good long throw in. That's flicked in. What a
I guess not terrible. That is just a really good header, but I feel like you expect the keeper to do a little better.
Sam was a top.
Cruz got it back into the mix, still loose, and it's in.
Yep, and that was the 1-0.
Substitute scores. It's Marco Micheletto who's got the games for
Birmingham. That's what they're. I mean, Birmingham is just such a small team, which doesn't like. I don't know.
One of these two teams.
So like you think they'd
and given how bright
just invest in a little more strength and height, but the set pieces are just brutal for them, man.
Punched away by Delgado.
Oh yeah, this is the
Fisher
goal of the
trying to
week
get an avenue
or
to
nominee.
shoot. Lets it fly. And there's the opening goal this season for Oakland, and it might be the game winner tonight in this NorCal derby.
Dude, Gage, I legitimately think Diaz getting dropped. You definitely didn't have a negative impact on it, or a positive for Diaz, and rightfully so. They don't deserve. I mean, let me get my Brooklyn pin right now.
Set pieces, especially on the road, so crucial. But
I have watched this thing maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, and like the B is peeling. Like I can literally, it's crazy, man. And like for the prices we're paying for these.
Orange County playing through lines, trying to break it behind. Lion McKinnon, big chance here, deflected and in.
Just brutal.
It is Orange County on the board.
Yeah, and then
what a fantastic
ended up conceding, but
it
was good to get a draw.
Lion McKinnon, and didn't he do well with that beautiful through ball? He gets in the end.
Also nice to see those stands packed. I haven't been to I guess these stands are never packed though. Or very rarely.
The service deflected and it's in.
Dang, so 2 deflection goals. I haven't watched any of the highlights for this. That's brutal.
Las Vegas find their equalizer. It is 1-1 late on.
All right. Well, I think, yeah, these are, I'm not going to give you PTSD, Gage, as one of the few people in here. Oh, surprise, surprise. JC Obregon is scoring from the spot. But, hey, I'm not knocking him as a player. I thought player of the year last year was a little crazy. Obviously, Golden Boot is just stats. Player of the year was a little crazy when you have Niall Reed Steven, Ollie Wright, Jordan Skelton, Carson Henderlong. But, hey, beggars can't be choosers. I'm like, I do like these jerseys, too. All right. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for hopping on. And I will hopefully do a few more of these, even if not that many people join. It's just fun to talk with y'all and talk ball. So, all right, well, Mangione's cousin being on there is hilarious. But I feel so bad for him, man. Like he had nothing to do, and it's like now that's gonna be. But again, he'll probably sell a lot of shirts. I want one. All right, good to see you guys.